I got that animal ambition. I got that animal ambition. I got that.
Hey y'all, Smoak here, what's good? In this video, I'm gonna be watching Vince in Big Trouble, leaked CM Punk plans, AJ Lee returning, banned WWE move, and more by WrestleMania with his wrestling news. Not that much interesting happened from last night as the making of this, by the time of the making of this video, as today's a Wednesday, last night was Tuesday. It was NXT. The main event was a fatal 4-way match between Bronson Reed, Johnny Gargano, Cameron Grimes, and Wes Lee. I really had to think long and hard on that one. I'm like, yo, who the hell was in that match last night? Yeah, Cameron Grimes is on SmackDown right now, but he barely been utilized. They made, like, he did a promo, like, when they debuted on the main roster, and he had a match against Baron Corbin, which lasted like 5 seconds or something. The match started, Baron started running to him, boom, Cameron hits the finish on him, 1, 2, 3, bam, nothing came out of it. He had like 2 matches on SmackDown on TV. I was like, wow. Yeah, I was like thinking long and hard. I'm like, yo, who the hell was that 4th guy in that match? But yeah, Wes Lee won that match. Obviously, it was a weird stipulation. It said if Wes Lee wins, he gets a shot at the NXT North American title against Dominic Mysterio, which I was like, okay. What about the other 3 guys? If they win, that's it. They have to be rewarded somehow. Like, it wasn't no #1 contendership. It was just that match. So he got it. It was a fun match. It was a good match. Everybody was being utilized properly. Whenever Bronson Reed, started like doing his thing, dominating, because since he's the biggest guy of them all, they started double or triple teaming him. They took him out like 3 times, so that was cool. A lot of fast-paced action between those 3 smaller individuals compared to Bronson Reed. But yeah, Wes Lee hits his finisher, what's it called? The carrier kick or something like that. He does a backflip first and then like a Pele kick. 1, 2, 3. I forgot who he pinned. Johnny Gargano maybe? I don't remember. No, I think it was Cameron Grimes, but I can't be sure. But yeah, the match was like about over 17 minutes long. So yeah, that was a good match to be called a main event. But yeah, let's take a peek of this video.
What's going on, guys? It is WrestleMania here, back with some more news. Join us now as WrestleMania looks at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Vince McMahon in big trouble again, WWE's leaked plans for CM Punk, Bryan Danielson's role in CM Punk's firing revealed, Jon Moxley reacts to CM Punk's WWE return, is creative working on a Sasha Banks return?
I seen that Dana Bryan dude. I
WWE
was like,
have
what?
any plans to bring back AJ Lee?
I assume AJ Lee's coming back for the Royal Rumble.
And much more. Be sure to
If she come
subscribe
back
and hit
sooner,
that notification
I don't
bell
see
for
the
daily
point,
wrestling
honestly.
videos, and follow us on Facebook for
She was
exclusive
great in her
leads.
time,
Also check out our new website, WrestleMania.com.
People like
Now
CM
let's
Punk
the
because
intro
of
and get straight
controversy,
into
man.
our
Oh,
first
God.
story.
That's just how you sell tickets. It seems like AJ Lee's too nice for that. No, then again, I haven't been
Top
watching
story
since
looks
like
at Vince
14,
McMahon in big
which
trouble.
was like the height of
Top
her
of today's
career.
news is a shareholder lawsuit that's being filed against Vince McMahon and several others alleging the WWE merger with Endeavor was a sham transaction designed to keep Vince McMahon in WWE. The lawsuit filed by Ohio Labor's pension fund is making some strong allegations, including that McMahon pushed a quick sale of WWE to Endeavor chief Ari Emanuel, his close friend and longtime ally, who proposed a sweetheart deal that allowed the wrestling mogul to stay on as executive chairman of TKO Group and avoid scrutiny in connection with sexual misconduct allegations that could have ousted him from the company. The lawsuit claims that the WWE merger was rushed and ignored. According to the complaint filed by investors, WWE board members conjured up a sham sales process designed to favor Endeavor and exclude other bidders seeking to axe McMahon, disregarding at least 2 all-cash offers with better terms. The lawsuit includes some other shocking allegations, including not only did he secure a future for himself as post-merger WWE, McMahon also stuffed his pockets and those of his loyalists before agreeing to a deal. In particular, McMahon ensured that he and Nick Khan, now WWE president, receive a lucrative golden parachute, according to the complaint.
Damn.
But things didn't end there, as according to the complaint, the lawsuit also asserts that before a deal was signed with Endeavor, WWE's board granted cash bonuses of $50 million to Khan, $5 million to Paul Levesque, WWE's chief content officer and husband of Stephanie McMahon, and $5 million to the then chief financial officer Frank Riddick III. In addition to McMahon, several other defendants, including Khan, Levesque, and Riddick, were also named as defendants in the lawsuit.
Damn.
This suit could be bad news for TKO Holdings, as its stock has dropped from around $103 when the WWE Endeavor merger went through to a current valuation of $78.18.
Wow.
We'll continue following this
Wow,
story
what?
when more details appear.
Damn.
Next up, WWE's elite plans for CM Punk. What's next for CM Punk? Well, wrestling straight-edge superstar told WWE Universe on Raw that he's not here to make friends but make money, but what does that mean in terms of matches? If a new report from Sports Illustrated's Justin Barrasso is accurate, the WWE already has 2 major matches planned for the recently returned superstar. There are plans for Punk to feud with Roman Reigns, Sports Illustrated has learned, but it'll not be Punk against Reigns first, as that spot belongs to Rollins. A feud between Rollins and Punk is a massive positive for both men, as Punk can still wrestle at a high level, but his work will only be enhanced in the ring with a world-class wrestler like Rollins. While it's not the current favorite, there is plenty of reason to believe Punk Rollins could serve as the main event for the opening night of WrestleMania 40. For Rollins, that would simply not be the case without Punk. The WWE hasn't wasted any time setting things up for a Punk vs Rollins program, as Rollins' reaction to Punk returning had fans speculating that Punk's return was a complete shock to the Visionary and he was none too pleased. However, as Barrasso pointed out, Levesque would not send Rollins out in front of a global audience without informing him what was going to unfold. Nonetheless, it makes for exciting TV. As for WrestleMania's 14 main event between Punk and Rollins, it would be particularly special for Punk, as one of Punk's complaints when he left the WWE in 2014 was the WWE's failure to put him in the main event of WrestleMania. While Barrasso noted that Punk vs Rollins main event match at Mania is not the current favorite, he added that there's plenty of reason to believe it could. As for Punk vs Roman, that seems like another no-brainer program. The only question is whether that means the WWE Universe has to endure more of Roman's seemingly internal reign as undisputed champion. Who would you like to see CM Punk wrestle? Let us know.
Man, listen, Roman Reigns got too many contenders, bro. He does. He has to, right? That's why I'm so intrigued into the Royal Rumble, bro. Like, yo, what's good?
Know in the comments down below. Next up, more details on Punk's WWE status. And now that Punk is back, where should fans expect him on WWE TV and how long will he be staying? You may recall earlier speculation that Punk might be a free agent, which makes sense as the WWE could capitalize on the momentum from his return on both Raw and SmackDown. However, Ringside News was reporting that Ringside News was told by a tenured member of the creative team that the Second City Savior is on the Raw brand. As for how long Punk will be competing, Sports Illustrated's Justin Barrasso commented that Punk's contract, Sports Illustrated confirmed, extends beyond WrestleMania. Just how long Punk is signed remains unclear, but it would make sense to keep him around at least until SummerSlam. While it's unknown if Punk will be working in Saudi Arabia, he could be a big boost to WWE's
Wait, time out, what?
While it's unknown if Punk will be working in...
Oh, sorry, I didn't change the culture at Mike the Miz backstage. CM Punk, go suck a blood money covered, whoa, in Saudi Arabia, you effing dork. That's crazy.
In Saudi Arabia, he could be a big boost to WWE's upcoming international PLEs in 2024, especially for members of the WWE Universe who have never seen him in person. Next up, Bryan Danielson's role in CM Punk's firing revealed. Speaking of Punk, new details are emerging on his AEW termination. While it's old news that AEW chose to terminate Punk's AEW contract after an alleged backstage incident at AEW's All-In pay-per-view, a new report reveals Bryan Danielson's role in the decision to get rid of Punk. Fightful Select has reported that AEW convened a 3-person disciplinary committee to review the allegations and determine how to proceed. The 3-person committee was made up of AEW General Counsel Chris Peck, an outside attorney, and Bryan Danielson. The report from the Patreon site noted why Danielson served on the committee. When asking sources on the AEW roster about his inclusion, one called him an appropriate moral compass who exemplifies objectivity and said that he effectively headed up and was a face of the disciplinary committee. The report also noted that it's believed Punk was aware of Danielson's role. It's unknown what the committee investigation involved or what was discussed. With any rumors that a non-disclosure agreement was involved, it's unlikely that anyone will hear any substantial details related to the committee's activities. According to Fightful Select, Danielson has been involved in the disciplinary action of handing out fines. Danielson reportedly also discussed Punk's exit with AEW wrestlers, explaining how difficult a decision it was. Next up, Randy Orton advertised for an upcoming SmackDown. That was good news for fans attending this week's SmackDown, as WrestleOps recently tweeted as the Barclays Center announced that Randy Orton will be on SmackDown.
I wanted to
While
go
the
to that
Viper's
show
been
too
announced,
in Brooklyn. It just, life is like, damn. Nah, Hopefully another time, because the following week is coming to my hometown, but I really don't want to go to that show. I want to go to Brooklyn. Go to the city, see what's up, go to the show, and see what's up afterwards.
No word as the Barclays Center announced that Randy Orton will be on SmackDown. While the Viper has been announced, there's no word if he's scheduled to appear on SmackDown or whether he'll be involved in a different role such as working a dark match. However, with Orton promising a bag full of receipts for the Bloodline, fans will be eager to see where Randy hits an RKO out of nowhere on the wrestlers who kayfabe shelled him for 18 months. For more about potential storylines involving the Apex Predator and the Bloodline, check out our website article Has the Randy Orton Revenge Tour Begun? Next up, Jon Moxley reacts to CM Punk's return. How does Jon Moxley feel about CM Punk's return to WWE? Moxley and Punk reportedly had plenty of heat backstage in AEW, so fans were curious to see how Mox would react to Punk's WWE return. During an interview with comicbook.com, Moxley kept things succinct regarding his take on Punk's return. "You don't want to know what I think, I didn't see it," Moxley said at Punk's I'm Home promo on WWE Monday Night Raw. "You do not want to know what I think." Do you think AEW would prefer that its wrestlers keep silent about their thoughts on Punk? Given AEW's reported policy that the wrestlers clear potentially controversial comments in interviews and social media, fans have a long wait for wrestlers to dish the dirt. Next up, an NWA champion set to become a free agent. It looks like there's going to be another big free agent available shortly, as PW Insider is reporting that the former NWA Women's Champion Camille is 100% exiting the NWA as a contracted talent. The 31-year-old talent has been with the NWA since 2018, and it's believed that she'll be a free agent this January. She held the women's title for over 800 days. Next up, Logan Paul headed to Australia. It looks like Logan Paul will appear at WWE's upcoming Elimination Chamber PLE in Australia. WWE put up a new graphic of the PLE, which includes Logan Paul.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice.
Next up is WWE Creative working on a Sasha Banks return. Now, is Sasha Banks returning to WWE? While that remains unknown, one sign that a superstar could be returning is when Creative begins working on potential scenarios for their return. However, Ringside News notes, a tenured member of the creative team confirmed to us there were no creative plans to bring her back at this time. Next up, does WWE have any plans for AJ Lee's return? Now, is AJ Lee returning to WWE? Well, now that CM Punk has returned to the company, some fans think his wife AJ Lee could come back as well. Some fans are taking Punk's promo on the 27th November Raw as a hint AJ might return. In case you missed it, Punk said that AJ sends her regards and she's doing well. However, a new report from PW Insider states Punk mentioned his wife April AJ Lee during his promo. Right now, there's been no discussion of her coming in. She retired years ago for health reasons and has carved out a successful writing career for herself, but one has to think that a cameo appearance or so down the line wouldn't be out of the question, especially since there are so many talents in the company today who have praised their work as influencing their careers. While there are no reports of Lee's return, it's difficult to take any reports seriously following the months of denials that CM Punk was returning to WWE. She remains popular and could easily find work in WWE in any capacity, including as a wrestler. Could she even return at the Royal Rumble? Let us know in the comments down below. And finally, is a band moved back in WWE? And last but not least, fans and wrestlers alike are taking notice of the 28th November match between Los Lotharios and Tony D'Angelo and Channing Lorenzo, particularly the spot where Garza hit the Tiger Driver 98. Ringside News pointed out the significance of the move. What makes this move eyebrow-raising is that it's essentially a variation of the pile driver, a wrestling maneuver that has been off limits in WWE for years due to safety concerns. Cedric Alexander was excited to see the move as it could be revive his version of the move, which he refers to as the Moneymaker. He tweeted, "We can do the Moneymaker now." But there you have it, folks. All the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. I do recall the pile driver being banned, because you don't see it with more wrestling content. Often, it's not at all in the WWE. Other companies, obviously. Yeah, as always, it was a cool vid. That Vince McMahon lawsuit thing, I mean, Vince McMahon and TKO lawsuit thing, I mean, it makes sense. We have a strong relationship, a strong business relationship with somebody, and you could, like, make a deal for yourself to be in a position of power after the transaction. Even though you're not even though you or him specifically not gonna be the owner no more, you're still gonna be the, what was it, like a top executive on the board. So yeah, it's an interesting story. Let's see if the lawsuit is going to go through, because I think right now it's in process. What was it, by the Ohio State Pension Fund or something like that?
I don't know why bother, but you know, it's just business. Want to secure the law, because what that person is saying is Vince didn't give any buyer a chance, really. Oh, that whole Saudi thing of them being a potential buyer, I guess that was just for show, as Vince already had in mind who his buyer was going to be. Thus that dude, Ariel Manuel, or whatever his name was, that owns TKO now. So, you know, and then what was it? And he could stuff himself with more money in the process too, Vince McMahon. I mean, it makes sense. It's a wise but risky business move here, and it's not something that serious compared to these allegations of Vince of over the years, you know, effing women and then just giving them money for, you know, to stay quiet. That's just pretty wild, bro. That Daniel Bryan thing, I guess he was a good person to use for decision making for a process like that of eliminating CM Punk from the roster, even though they're probably good with one another. I don't know why Daniel agreed to do so. You know, CM Punk was like safety first. You know, the other guy was like, nah, F this, and then, you know, all hell broke loose. It'd be interesting if we could get a response from him on why he did it. All we got was like, it was a difficult process to do, and I can only imagine. Again, CM Punk, he has tons of storylines he could do with guys on the main roster. He was on Raw the other night, but for what I see, he's listed as a free agent, so he can appear both on Raw and SmackDown. He's just gonna be wasting time in NXT. There's no point of going to Orlando. Roman Reigns and CM Punk would be cool, but like I said earlier, Roman Reigns has so many people. I don't even think CM Punk even quite fit that mold, because it would be too soon into his return. Yeah, he's that big, but I don't know, bro. If he was gonna challenge Roman Reigns, I think he should beat him. I mean, he should lose to him. And if he does beat him, hell, it's whatever good for business, honestly, because it is a match where it can go either way, so that's cool. AJ Lee, like I said earlier, he's probably going to win. She's probably gonna enter the Royal Rumble. It'd be a good pop. People came back from injury all the time. There's just certain injuries that you can't return from. I don't know what AJ Lee injury was, but it'd be cool if she come back for the Rumble. Anytime before that, I'll get there'll be no point unless she's not planning on going to the Royal Rumble. So yeah, that's my take on things. Thank you guys for watching. Peace. I'm out.